everyone, I'm back again with another value farming strategy. This one is really good, specifically in Profound. I've been testing around with it, but you could definitely tone it down, and I could see it being really good, even all the way down in 7. You just wouldn't necessarily roll the maps. I roll them, but it might even be more profitable in 7 because it'll be faster, and you're not wasting the resonance, which is part of the strategy we're doing. So the idea here is to make a self-sustaining, lowest investment possible deck that will continuously still make 500 raw FE an hour. At least, roughly, I'm making around 400 or 500 raw. I haven't turned in my memory fragments in the last little bit. I haven't done a few things. I haven't sold anything in the auction house that I found. I haven't even got good stuff out of the cube, to be honest with you. And I'm still pulling about 400 or 500 an hour, plus all these bonuses that I mentioned. Not selling anything, but we're going to dive into it. We're going to have the maps here. We got our 4, 8, 16 over here. This one is the bosses. This is the upgrade. This is the multiply, and this makes the monsters. There is some other versions of this deck where you go more into the full maps and not so much for the priceless gear, but I like to cover all my bases. So we are in the priceless gear over here. We're getting the important ones. We didn't get these big nodes because they're kind of hit or miss, and we really needed to cut stuff, like I said. Priceless gear is still a testing area, but I like having it in there. And if you don't want it, you can cut it and move it around to other places. The other important things we have here are the Netherealm resonance nodes. The point of this deck is to sustain your resonance, because I just wanted to keep running cube, rolling it, and I just didn't want to buy resonance at the price anymore. Now, can you sell resonance? Of course you can sell them. Don't roll your maps. Don't use the things you're farming and just sell them all. And yeah, they're worth money too. Same thing with the winding keys. If you don't want winding keys because you don't respec and make void chart videos as much as I do, then you don't need them. And you don't need these 4 points here. But they're really good. They also sell. They're worth about like 0.8 to 1 FE each. So they're good to get, especially if you're in Time Arc 7. It's a good strategy. Cube is the big deal here. And then again, now, if you're in 7, you can cut the priceless gear right out. Obviously, you don't need that, but you also don't have all the points. Anyway, we're in the cube. Here we are. We're going to add lots of monsters and bosses specifically. We're going to have a chance for the corner card to show up. We do roll the cube at the end of the map. Doesn't take that long, so we do want a chance at getting the desire cores to show up when we roll the cube. We want more coins and more chances at winning, as well as here. You get more coins, you use less coins, and you get better odds at winning. So this is our cube set up there. And that's pretty much all of it, I believe. So some alterations, like I said, you could cut all of these 18 points. You can invest more into the war. You put 8 points here. If you need it to last longer, you can throw 12, 4 points over here. So the 8 and the 4 is 12. You want it, then you still got some more points to play with. You can do 4, 5, 6 up there, and you're good to go. You don't have to worry about the priceless gear. Same thing with the keys. If you don't like the keys, you can move it up to magic monsters, and you're good to go. Over here, I am using the minus attempts, and I am in Profound. So if you are dying a bunch, you may not enjoy this as much, so maybe don't use it. But I do recommend it if you can get away with it. It's really juicy of a node. I was messing around with this one. That is a different strategy. I may make that video later. It has different pros and cons to it. So we did opt out of using that drop quantity, and we went down with this one for extra little boost in drop quantity. Everything else here is too much of a negative to be a positive for specifically what we're trying to do with this. And there you go. So that, oh, and finally, I almost forgot. Right down here, we have 4 points hiding in the Eterna bosses. To get a little extra boss in there, more bosses equals more boss to kills for resonance, equals more bosses to kill for maps. And killing bosses just usually give you good things. So it's good to kill bosses. I'm going to jump in. There is more to the cycle and the strategy than just running the maps. I will go over the compasses in a second. I did forget to go over them there, but we'll go back after. A main advantage to this, why I like it, and it self-sustains. You don't have to go into the auction house to keep re-upping. You don't have to worry about, oh, it costs me this much to enter the map, because it costs you like nothing to enter the map. The compasses we use, people disenchant. They're not even worth selling. So They're really, really cheap compasses, at least at the moment. And it gets the job done. So you're going to go on the map. You're going to kill all the bosses. You're going to hope they pop off lots of resonance or some various other utensils, some stacks of FE here and there. It's a good time. Mainly, we want to get in and out of the maps fast, specifically for these Sandlord guys. I ran right past it, forgot to talk about it. You want to go in and out, get as much money, sand coins, we'll call them catnip, is what I call them on my stream. Get as much catnip or coins as you can. Keep your town running. I have a surplus of coins. I got about a 2 days backlog of funds to keep them working. I'm constantly sending out zeppelins and blimps. That's part of the strategy, and that's the second part that we're going to get into once we get out of here. All right, make sure you dodge these guys because they like to kill you after you roll the cube, and then you don't get your money. Remember, you only have so many portals, so you've got to watch out for those post-combat death effects that happen. That specifically is one of them. We do roll the cube. It's hit or miss. This one looks like a miss. Not a big deal. Sometimes you usually pull out at least 1, 2 FEs. It's pretty good. Anything more than that is a big win. So I did mention the compasses, super cheap. We do use these ones. We are going to use the blue monster compass. Alternatively, you can use the blue map compass. These are your cheap options. If you feel like spending a little bit more for a little bit more gains, you use the purple ones, right? Instead of the blue ones. Over here, we are using the purple Eterna compass. This will add the bosses we went over, why we like that. We are using the blue cube because it's cheap. It's less than 1 FE right now. I buy a bunch of them. If you do have a good cube card and you have the compasses, you know, you can upgrade your compasses, make it a little more juicy. We are using the blue war card. This is compass. This is probably the most expensive compass currently that we use at 1.5 FE or maybe more, depending. It changes every day. Most expensive compasses, but it's kind of, I like running faster. Alternatively, if you don't care about the maps, you can completely cut that part out and go on a nightmare strategy, and that works too. As far as the probe, I'm not using one because it makes you 20% weaker, not give them 20% more life. No, this makes you weaker, which is far worse than giving monsters life. And I'm not strong enough to support this. It slows me down too much, but this is the one I would recommend. It's cheap. It's usually 1 FE or less. If you're looking for just good drops in general. If you want to focus in on the maps a little bit more, you can use this one. And this one's even cheaper than the first one I mentioned. So those are the compasses that I look at and the reasons I use them. I do roll the map every time. Like I said, I've been testing this for about 3 hours. I started at 500 resonance. So it does dip down a bit. It does go up a bit, but I haven't run out. And that's the important part. Not only have I not run out, we are running the cube. You do get these cube coins. You go back to town. You're going to use the blessing of the gods and you're going to refresh this and they sell you resonance. See, I got about 6,000 coins there. This one, 10 for 60. Not really great. So we'll buy that one instead. We buy the FEs over here. This one's 10 for 60. It's not great, but I'll buy it for the sake of the video. Over here, 20 for 80. We definitely don't like that one. So we're going to skip that. It's 10 for 68. Well, we bought the other one. We'll buy that one. But the point is, this will bring your 10 for 77s. Big no-no. I try to buy around 40 or 50 per resonance for stacks of 10s. I like to buy around 40 or 50. And then FEs, I like to buy anything less than 50 is what I like to buy for FEs. So this one is 10 for 80. That's a no-go for me. We'll just buy the FEs. 20 for 140. That's a big no-no. There's a helmet. If you need it, you can buy it. Sometimes good gear shows up here. That's a win. So 69 is too high for me. So we won't buy it. 41 we like. 150. That's that bear. That's good enough. 49 for 10. That's good enough. 20. That's too much. We don't like that one. 38's good. That one's way too much. This one's just right. Look at that. We're like Goldilocks and the Netherealm resonance. So the point is, as you can see, that one's way too much. This will also bring your Netherealm resonance up. So not only did I not run out of resonance starting at 500 for 3 hours, max rolling my maps, I didn't run out. I started with 500. I still have 3 something. I'm now going to re-up them by coming here and buying more. And once we go back and look, we'll probably be either back at 500 or above it, depending on how lucky we got in the shop part of it. And it's taking a little longer than I was hoping for the video, but this will give you a more wider range of the RNG that comes with this part of the strategy. Sometimes you get good things and sometimes you don't. Like, that is bad. This is acceptable. Alrighty. That one's good. That one's good. That one's on the borderline. That's way too much. We'll take the borderline because we want to speed this up. Way too much. That's good. That one's too much money. That one's on the borderline, so we'll take it for this one's good. We'll take the borderline for the video. That's good. This one's, again, too much, but whatever. We'll take it for the video. Yeah, that one's good because you get 100. I like buying in bulk. Saves you some rerolls, and we're out of money. All right, boom. So as you can see, we'll now go back, check our resonance. We were at 3 something. Where are we at now? We're up to over where we started. So not only have I been running, consistently rolling my maps, I'm way higher than I started. On top of that, profits. Finally, I've clicked too many things in my recording videos. The last part of the strategy, as I mentioned, going in and out of your cat town is very, very important. That's the point of this strategy. That's why we like war, because I run slowly. We go in here, and you want to keep at least 1 zeppelin in the air as much as possible. And you settle it, and you get the rewards. When you get these rewards, they're not great. I'll be honest with you. But when you get the battles, this is bad for the video. Give me a battle. No battle. All right, well, this is awkward. Point is, sometimes you get the events to pop up, and those events actually are good. And even so, even when they don't pop up, you can I've pulled 20, 60, 88, I think is the most FE I've gotten from the Zeppelin, not from a battle. Battles, I've gotten over 200 plus compasses and fragments. The battles are really good. So they show up randomly, and you want to make sure you do. And the way you force the battles is make sure your flyers always have chance for surprise events to occur as one of their options. So all of mine always have that. That forces the events. I usually get at least 1 battle out of the 3 things we saw. Sadly, for the video, we did not get a battle, which is a little awkward. I do normally just send it right out again. It costs 25K. I'm going to wait 7 minutes for the timer because why not? But normally I would just send it back out and pay the 25,000 coins since I have so many. Finally, we're in there and we're farming a lot of resources. You need these resources to keep your stock going. I can't make bread unless I have rye to make bread. So I got to keep running those maps constantly to keep my stock up. And when I go to bed, I want to wake up and I still want to be making bread. I don't want to find out my guys ran out of rye and they're not making bread anymore. Why do I want bread so much, you ask? Well, because I'm trying to do this. I load it all. I finally have enough to hit this shipment. As you can see, I got it all. So now we're going to load this up as much as we can to get it to the point. I'm going to keep this steel because I have another quest for that somewhere else. All right, we're going to see if we can get to 8 million here. Oh, baby. We did it. All right, let's pull some juice back here. Put a little bit up here. A little bit of juice back here. A little bit up here. Those are all maxed out. I'm trying to get as close to 888 as I can. It's not going to let me, is it? Maybe I made some more, you know, who cares? Is this close enough? 8 million, we got there. So we have 8 million. We're completing the goal. This took me 2 weeks to do since the season started. I've been trying to do this goal. We finally got there conveniently for the video, combining resources that are not required to the order. Yeah. Make it big. We're going to select our big Zeppelin. I believe it's this one. All right. Our airship 1, and we are shipping it. And when that comes back in 2 hours, we're going to be really, really rich. Maybe I'll make that the screenshot for the thumbnail. The other thing I was working on in the meantime, as you saw, I didn't put these in. Boom, I'm almost there. I need about 2,000 more steel, and I can ship over to the jungle island and get the same effect. But this adds to your gains, and it's really worth doing. I know what the point of the strategy is. Get in of the maps quickly, do the Sandlord mechanic quickly, kill the bosses, sustain your resonance, sustain your maps, roll the cube. Sometimes good shit happens and you can make lots of money. All right, guys. Hopefully you enjoy this strategy as much as I enjoy putting it together. Let me know what you think in the comments below. I am still streaming every day live on Twitch, so definitely hop over there for a more live one-on-one interaction. And yeah. I will be posting an updated guide video for my character, hopefully by the end of the day. So stay tuned for that. Once that's finished, I will tag it to the end of the video. All right, guys. Hopefully you enjoy this one. Happy hunting, and I'll catch you in the next video.